it's MK and I am here with another May I Scraplift You, and today I am scraplifting the fabulous Shannon Alar. I definitely had to pick this layout up because of the fabulous butterflies. Now, I say fabulous butterflies because that is like a word that Shannon would use, but I have an abundance of butterflies left over from a few kits, the Kit Conspiracy kits that I was playing with. Some of the 49 and Market acetate pieces. I mean, they are just everywhere. And this layout seemed to be a great layout for me to be able to use up those butterflies. Well, then when I went to my stash, and I'm still at the retreat, I didn't bring as many butterflies as I thought I did, especially for the type of layout that I wanted to portray. So I do have these large butterflies that I plan on fussy cutting out of my Cottage Fields collection from my Kit Conspiracy. I have some Life in Bloom butterflies left over from my Kit Conspiracy. I pulled off some butterflies from the Give Take table because clearly Sandy's not going to use them. I also have a couple of journaling spots and tickets and tags and things like that, all left over from the Life in Bloom collection. I have my title from the Life in Bloom, which is the Simple Stories. Is it Life in Bloom or Life in Full Bloom? Oh, I can't remember. One of them is a Close to My Heart title, and the other one is the Simple Stories Vintage. I think it's Life in Bloom. I have some Sunburst film strips, and then my photo of my kids in front of the shoe tree. Now, I do have loads of photos of this shoe tree, so I will be doing my whole history spiel later. This one was just, we were coming down 375 and headed home from one of our many trips back in 2021. And my husband suggested, hey, let's take this route, which is a route that he takes between mine sites when he's headed home. He takes the back routes in his service truck because A, it's less crowded, so he doesn't have to deal with the traffic. And B, he gets to see things that not a lot of people do see because they are the back roads, and one of them is the shoe tree. And so he thought the kids would really enjoy checking it out and seeing what is all available and whatnot. So first thing I'm going to do is map my photo. Now, not map my photo, but trim my photo down. And I do have to say that it's hard for me to not matte my photo. So I don't think I actually do end up I do end up putting a matte on my photo. I go into my scraps and I put a skinny little border. I just couldn't do it. I was trying not to. Shannon used a frame on hers. It looked like it was a pre-made frame. And so I was trying to not have a border, but for some reason, it just doesn't look finished unless you have a mat around your photo. So I don't know. So I'm trying to compare my butterflies with Shannon's butterflies. Now, I put all the big butterflies exactly where Shannon had hers. Now, I do know, after a little bit of research, that it looks to me like she fussy cut her butterflies out of another piece of paper. So hers were already in this order, whereas I'm trying to make the same design with random butterflies from about 3 different collections that I already had on hand. And of course, I'm trying to go in the rainbow order, but I still wanted to, kind of leave out that pink. I'm just saying, but I do have a pink butterfly. I don't know if it's going to stay on the layout, but I do have one, and I thought, you know what? I need to use it. My purple butterflies did not make it on this layout, as well as that very light teal one, because it just didn't go in the rainbow of what I had. I do keep trying to add it, but it just doesn't work. The colors don't work. And then, of course, the purple flowers that I'm trying to bring in from that paper pad that I fussy cut, or not paper pad, from the paper collection, Life in Bloom, it definitely throws the layout off, but I like the addition of that color. It's almost like, oh, I forgot to add purple, so let's add some purple using the flowers. And whatnot. So I do like the feel of this layout. And then, I do add 2 photo mats. Whoops, squirrel. I am taking these corner pieces that I had left over from the Close to My Heart Timberline collection. This was a larger corner piece. I made a mat already out of it, and now I'm making another mat out of the 2 other corner pieces. And what I'll do is I'll glue the pieces together to where they are just one piece, matching up the print and whatnot, and then I will end up putting my photo down, so that way I can have one solid piece. And because it's a repetitive pattern, you won't see the gap or the seam of where I meshed the 2 pieces together. So I do enjoy doing this, especially when I get to use up my product. It's so fun. So there's my photo mat. I did not realize I did two layers, you guys. My apologies. But yes, I do end up doing that. And that's probably because Shannon's frame looks like it's actually 3 layers. It's got white, a small little pink border, and then another white. So I probably ended up doing that because I wanted that same effect. Only I didn't add a 3rd black behind my checkerboard or my gingham print. So I went ahead and I put foam dots on the backs of my butterfly's wings, but I'm not going to take the foam off until after my glue in the middle has dried. I found out the hard way, obviously, that when I try to do both, try to put the liquid adhesive and the foam, then the liquid adhesive pops off because it wants to be lifted by the foam. So what I do is I put the centers on first and then just wait for it to dry. And then I'll take the foam off to have my butterfly wings lifted. I do like the shading and the shadow that I get. I don't know if Shannon just put her entire butterfly piece down on foam, but she has that same shadow effect. And I really did like how that looked a lot down the side of her page. I do like these butterflies a lot better on this wood grain, as opposed to the background that they were printed on. So I really do like, so far, how this layout is looking. I removed one of the film strips just because I thought that it was too much, and I really wanted to use this calendar piece. Not really as a title, because I'm going to put a title over the top of it, but just as an interest type of deal. You know, I don't know, like a documenting deal. I'm not really sure. You don't even see it. It's more of just like a layering piece. Shannon only used one film strip on hers as well, but I was trying to get 2 for 1 to use them up. Who can blame me? I've got enough. And then of course I don't have the tags that I am happy with. So I just finally stopped trying to put everything down like Shannon because I just loved her layout. I really wanted to recreate it, but I didn't have the exact same elements. So what I ended up doing was just finally putting it away, putting her layout away, and building off of what I had. So my journaling spot ended up having 2 little tickets with a giant butterfly. Like I said, I have tons of these photos, so there's not necessarily a reason to journal on every single layout. So I definitely didn't feel the need of having to have a journaling spot for this layout. There's going to be tons of pocket pages, as well as tons of, not tons, but as well as a couple more 12 by 12 layouts about the shoe tree, especially the story that goes with it. I think it's pretty cool if you guys want to look up the shoe tree and see what it is before I get a chance to scrapbook it and tell you guys in my own words. You guys can. My children loved it. It was so fascinating, and I got some really good pictures. So I can't wait to actually scrapbook these. I think this is my 2nd layout already that I have scrapbooked with my kids. This one is kind of a far away because I really wanted to get the whole area, the whole area. And then of course my kids are just in it. I do have close-ups of my kids, but then you can't really get the whole area, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to splatter to fill in a few gaps with black ink, and then I'm going to come back in with white ink and splatter again. I just felt like I had a bunch of dead space, And when I splatter, that seems to fill it in without me actually having to have anything tangible to fill it in. So the splatter does all the work for me. And I just feel like it is the perfect finishing touch for this layout. My title does say Life is a Journey, because I think that's pretty cool. Because if you don't take the back roads, then we would have never known this existed in our little town, or in our little state. So here are the close-ups of Shannon's lifted layout, the best that I could do. I really thought it was great that there were 5 butterflies on the give take table that worked out perfectly to complete my rainbow effect going up the page. I really do like how they filled in the gaps, just perfect. So thanks, Sandy, for those butterflies. Shannon, thank you so much for allowing me to lift you today. I really, truly appreciated it. I loved the use of all these butterflies, because now I feel like I have a little less in my stash and a lot more on a cute layout. So thank you so much. Be sure to check out the link down below for the playlist of everyone playing along. And thank you all for joining me today, and I'll check you later. Bye.